Episode 4
Yeah.
podcast. Got the fucking dog barking in the back. Somebody must be breaking in somebody's fucking house somewhere. See, Eazy there. You know, he in the middle of the ghetto somewhere. And
Whoa.
he might not be in the ghetto. And
check this out.
You know, okay, neighborhood.
Check this out.
my
Check this out. Where I'm at. I'm gonna keep it 100. Man, look, they got some dudes. God bless them dudes. I'm not from here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They got dudes who I think 6 dudes got killed, like for real. Like I think 96, 97 around here.
Yeah.
Like so, this where I live at was known for, some shit. But now, they walking dogs at 3 a.m. It's all gravy.
They got the biking lanes,
good.
huh?
Yeah.
Correcto mundo.
If they got the biking lanes, it's gone. It's over.
Gentrified.
I used to live in the ward. Now I live in the ridge. So it's all he's like, oh, you live in the ridge. I'm like, all right, yeah, that's all, yeah.
Damn, I was watching. I know you probably didn't get a chance to see it though, Ryan, but it was something that shit with the Nelly and the Nelly and fucking Ludacris battle, right?
Ludacris.
Then Luda had some hits, and somebody had said something. It had your boy Elliot was talking from Rap Radar, and Rob from Complex, from Genius and shit, and he was kind of saying like, man, I know a lot of people always get on New York for what happened with the South and all that stuff like that. But Elliot was like, man, he said, I really gotta respect Luda because I've been proven wrong with him. And I guess he just was like, damn, bro, I didn't know Luda was really as good as I really heard. I probably was sleeping on him for a long time. Just saying how because Nelly and them kept on talking about like how they was always just trying to show that they could really spit down here too. And Luda was playing that Major Look remix, whatever, with him and Nas, and everybody was like, "Man, Luda really went off harder than Nas on there." And some might say Jigga got, kind of ate up on that fucking Big Pimpin', and they was just saying like, a lot of Southern rappers can really rap.
He got ate up on 400 Degrees for sure.
But 400 Degrees was Jay-Z worst verse. I ain't gonna lie, and I'm glad you brought that up.
They got big guns that go rat.
Dog, that was Jay's worst one. But I know what Baby was trying to do, though. It was good to have.
Yeah, no, it was good.
It looked good for New Orleans to be like, damn, Jigga on the song. But yeah, that was. I don't think he could catch that. He wasn't able to catch that beat right there.
I think it scarred him too, because when he put Juvie on that Volume 3 on the Snoopy track, he only gave him that chorus. He ain't let him rap. He was like, nah, you ain't gonna rap this time.
Right, he killed that hook though.
Oh no, that's a cool song.
Yeah. But they were saying, they were just saying, like you said, I guess the South that was always the main thing. It was like, y'all could do everything else, but there's no spitters down there. But when they was looking at people like Luda and all that, and T.I. and Wayne, Scarface, Bun B, Andre, and, a lot of artists that they was like, damn, a lot of these dudes really could spit down here. We was just saying all they do is have hot beats and shit, but, we gotta really respect it. So your boy was saying like, man, the only reason he said, man, that night at the Source Awards, New York and the West Coast was going at each other and all that, and it really wasn't for the South. That was just the circumstance, but it really didn't have nothing to do against y'all. I'm like, man, niggas always sitting on the South. It's like they don't have no choice now because all the record labels down here, all the wars down here in the South now. So it's like you can't do nothing.
They was. I mean, that's not even, it's not a opinion. I mean, they know. Mm-hmm. They know. That's why when I say, it's not like, listen, we all listen, they had the golden era over there, and we all, look, who didn't listen to Nas? Who ain't listen to, Jay-Z maybe, or there's somebody from New York that you listened to back in the day. Somebody. Yeah. So no one's going to dismiss them. The thing is, people, y'all just hate. No. It's just, if you my age, that they was the haters, and then and then Jay Electronica was right. They'll take the slang, or they'll take this and they take that. And that's what New York is. New York is a bunch of people from different places, and they all bring their own little thing to the table, and then they start their little, trend or whatever. So yeah, they've been borrowing from down here. And then, and it has been talked about a lot. When RZA, who I love, one of my favorite producers of all time, I think he's top 3 easy. when he was like about Master P and them, they got the gold grills and all that. We were doing that back in the day, you know, like they was hating. Yeah, they was hating.
I think a lot of people really, to me, and I'm gonna let Ryan say with this part too. I just want to say this since you said
back then, you know.
Yeah, I know. I think, yeah, but like he said a lot of young Rob, the dude that be on Genius, was saying that, you know, a lot of young people probably ain't gonna remember that, and he might be right because ASAP Rocky and them was influenced by what was coming out of Texas, and a lot of other young rappers flowing like the South and all that, the cadence, the beats and all that stuff. Like, but I was like, they just was surprised to see Master P making that much money, and dudes that was supposed to be country or slow, you know, doing what they was doing. And like I said, Outkast, you know, Dre was like, we gonna show them. And like I said, now you gotta respect it or whatever. But like you said, to get back to the initial thing, like Ludacris and them was always spitting T.I. and them, Wayne and them had to show them that we gotta go harder to be.
They've always had, you know, it ain't like the South just got the T.I. What came out 2001.
I'm serious.
Outkast has been around forever. UGK. People think what? You know, Bun B I'll rap most of the dudes. You know, Scarface. Scarface, one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, and Jig and them love fake. What you think, Ryan?
Well, shout out to Nelly and Luda. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Geedy, you know, I personally didn't care for a lot of Nelly's catalog, but you know, he a legend. You know, and he was when he did his thing. You know, when he had his run, he was on fire. You know, when Jay-Z, you know, mentioned your name with sales, him and Pimp Juice and us, you know, that was real. But Luda is slept on a lot. And I think that brought the whole South thing into the conversation. So shout out to Luda as well, because I have a good friend of mine who is like a real serious Luda fan. So just by chilling with him, I got to listen to Luda whole catalog. And like, man, like his catalog is deep. You know, so that's why I pretty much knew he was gonna win that battle. But anyway, all right, as a person who's not much but a little bit older than y'all, I feel it's like it's a little bit different because you know, like you coming up in the looking at hip hop and things like that. Geedy, you had like the Pimp C's and then you had like J Princess coming out and stuff like that, right? But at the time, we down here, Luke, it was like Luke and J Prince and a couple, you know, Tony Draper, other independent things of that nature. When they first came out, it wasn't rap or even talking about like people hate. You know, we didn't find that out until later that it was, you know, harder for the dudes from the South or whatever. Because we never looked at it as if they couldn't spit. You know, because we loved them. So as a fan, we really didn't know it was like that.
Right.
Until, you know, they let us know, man, look, this is how they think of us, or this how they think of us as artists, you know, or whatever. But man, like you go in hip hop period, you know, some people be spitting, some people don't. You go back to Def Jam, some of them were spitters, some of them not quite. You know, same thing. You know, you go to a classic legendary group like Ghetto Boys, right? Bushwick wasn't no spitter. You know, Willie D do his thing.
Right.
Scarface is
Scarface,
one of the top 5 MCs ever.
Yes.
And he's been doing that. He's been doing that since the 80s. Now,
even like in the year,
I didn't know when I was listening. Now look, but check this out though. When I was on a bench in 5th grade, having a competition, beating to the Scarface beat, whoever go the longest, you know, you win a quarter. I didn't know they was hating on Scarface in New York. Because I was in New Orleans. I ain't care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you move into the early 90s and we had our own sound. We wasn't listening to nobody else anyway. We was listening to T.T. Tucker all the way through on the Partners in Crimes to the Cash Money to the No Limits. Well, you know, unless it was a big song coming out of New York or wherever, I wasn't really listening to it. It wasn't on our Hot 888. You know, all the big songs were just like any other big song anywhere else, you know, but we were listening to our own thing. So to us, we didn't know we was getting hated on until people, you know, like got older and they started saying, you know, whatever they were saying, like Pimp C getting vocal about it and things of that nature. But the reality is we always had spitters. And the great thing about it is what nobody realized at the time was by them doing that, they made what is known as the Southern Independent Hustler.
Right. Right.
You know, we selling out the trunk. You know, if you from a place like Texas, if you from a place like Louisiana, you from a place like Mississippi, Arkansas, Florida,
Tennessee, yeah.
Georgia, Tennessee, you can sell out your whole state and be a millionaire. And it'd be nice if you get 5 mics, but if you don't, then so be it. And they got people, you know, like Mr. Prince, who you know, he got cattle and stuff off of those ideals. And that's because if they would have let him in the door, maybe that wouldn't have been set for. You know, maybe he would have took a different route, you know, because in New York, all of the especially back in the day, all the record labels was there. So it was different. You wanted to get a record label deal and things of that nature. So it was they created a different mindset by mistake. And it is what it is, you know.
And like I said, the South Side too.
But just like hip hop, we all borrow and we all take from each other. And them dudes was able to take our model as well, and they could run with it as well. It's not.
This is what I want to say too, because we were talking about this earlier. I posted this on my, and since we talking about how people take from stuff, and we got love from New York, because we was talking about the Timberlands, and I was saying like New Orleans is one place in the South that a lot of people wear Timbs, like, and it's just what it is. Like that shit, it's like Dickies fits and Timberlands, like girls wear them, dudes wear them. That's like a part of New Orleans fabric or whatever. And I was like, that was like, the dude was like, nah, we don't really wear them in Texas, but y'all do wear them in New Orleans, because the dude in Texas, like, a lot of malls wasn't even having them. But New Orleans people love their Timbs. And you could tell a New Orleans dude, for the most part, out of town, especially after Katrina, like, because they had on them damn Timberlands and shit like that, even when it was kind of hot outside.
Well, Geedy, I'm going to say this. Like, as an adult, I only had Timbs once.
See, I
got a cousin.
Late 90s, like my era, late 90s, early 2000s.
Well, I'm about to tell you. Well, listen, and you're correct. And I had to hold off as long as I could, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had to give it the wave for a second. But I will say this. The reason why I didn't wear them was because my cousin, even though he was raised from down here, from here to about 10, he moved to Jersey.
Okay.
So when he came back home, he was my roommate. And my cousin, he a East Coast cat, you know what I'm saying? But that's down south flavor. But when I tell you he wore Timbs every day, everywhere,
like
to play basketball, he like that, like they really do. So like, you know, we always together. So he rocking Timbs. I don't want to wear Timbs, you know, but I did get a pair of Timbs.
Because I remember when Juvie said that niggas wearing Reeboks instead of Nikes,
look.
And then get your roll on, they got Timberlands on the video.
Check it out, Geedy. I regret it to this day. I'll never get another pair of Timberlands. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, look. My feet. Listen, bro. I mean, it's not for me. My feet are too big. Check this out, son. All right, listen. It was a different time period, right? Before Katrina. You remember the patchwork Timbs?
Yeah.
I got them like about a month or two before they came out. Paid an extra. And that's what I'm saying. This is retarded. I paid like an extra $300 just to get them first. Like some dumbass shit, right? Number one.
Right.
I get them for the T.I. concert. I'm walking. I'm walking home from my people house in the Ninth Ward, right? I'm walking like 4 blocks.
Tim's on. Ooh.
I just keep hearing this sound of like clock, clock, clock. I'm like, man, what the fuck is that? Every time I stop, it stop. I keep walking. Clock, clock, clock. I said, man, that's me and these heavy ass Timbs, man. The boys can hit me from a mile away. Them Timbs heavy, man. I know them dudes from New York do it, man. Them dudes gotta have strong calf muscles or something, bro.
Yeah.
But
they had
I can't do it.
Yeah, they uncomfortable. We wore Timbs, but it wasn't. I would say it was other boots or them type of style of shoes we wore down here too. So Eastlands. Remember, a lot of people had Eastlands. I mean, I had some nautical boots that kind of look like Timbs, but I had some Timbs too. For
a lot of polo boots, stuff like that. But you know
what? Boots and all that, but like I said, that Timberland is stuck. I mean, I think people when it was cold.
I will say this though.
Timberland stuck all through the winter, all through the seasons, like up north, like because Young and BTY used to even wear Timberlands all the time. Like he loved them like DMX.
Check this out. You know how I said though? You know how I said I didn't wear Timberlands. I only had one pair in my life. All my partners had Timberlands. I came from all of them. All of them. I had one partner. This fool had white Timbs. They ripped them out the 7 Ward. Real talk.
See, people gonna listen to DC everywhere, and they gonna be like, dog, niggas they really tell us real stories. Like we didn't really.
Yeah, bro. He had white Timbs. So like, all my partners had Timbs. I can't front.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, my lighting man here, he know about the dude with the white Timbs. He said I gotta tell the whole story. But what happened was he tied the strings all the way together. Now the shoes was like this.
That's
like
bad. You don't for the you for to have your shit loose. You don't for a time of like
he had
military.
he had the whole shoe from the bottom to the top,
Ooh, that
all the way together, right?
like
And
gully.
then went on a block in Boscoville
They were
and
for
tried to hang, bruh.
the river.
Oh man, they ripped my dog off the block. I ain't like that, son. Don't rip my dog like that. I know you. Come on, man. You gotta school him, dog. He fucked up right now. Don't do him, man, dog.
That's the
They
whole key.
ran the
A
nigga
lot
off
of
the
people
block.
get shoes, but they don't know how to like lace them up. It's just like certain tennis the way you gotta like when you first you gotta know how
He
to
laced them all.
and loosen them
Geedy,
up. It's different shoes.
Geedy, he laced them all the way up, Playboy.
Right. That's like the G-Nikes. We never really like I know in New Orleans we wore a lot of the mids too and all that with the straps. Currency still wearing baby love the mids too and all that. I don't think Joel Santana said they didn't really wear the mids up north in Harlem. They really wore the high tops and they wore the lows. But they didn't really wear the mids, but we wore the mids a lot. But you know, you ain't really used to see a lot of people strap the bitches all the way up. I don't remember. I remember you started having
I never strapped the strap. I never strapped the strap.
loose, whatever. Now maybe on your Dion's, you probably strapped them up.
No, not
Didn't on
especially. No, man, we from the era we ain't strap our Dion's, bro.
right.
We kept them bitches up.
That's what I'm saying. It's
We
like your
kept our
gloves.
Dion's.
Sometimes you just have your gloves
We
strapped.
kept our
Right.
we kept our Dion's up right. We wasn't strapping those straps, bro, unless it had the That's why, like, if you notice, they got certain shoes in the '90s that you could really wear without the strap because we wasn't strapping those shoes up.
Right.
Wasn't strapping them no more. You know, but especially like back in the day, you know, a pair of shorts, you know, nice little pair of shorts, nice blue jeans with some white G's on, strap hanging, you know, attached perfectly. You know, you don't see no Velcro. That was fresh back in the day.
Yeah, it definitely was, man. But like I said, I think that battle definitely was dope as fuck or whatever and all. I think it was definitely needed. Man,
Who you say won, Geedy? Who you say won, Geedy?
I'm giving it to Luda and all that shit, man. But I was thinking about, man, on Andre Record, we didn't talk about it last episode or whatever and shit like that. And I'm just thinking about
Yeah, man, rest in peace, man.
Riley and, you know, Guy and Heavy D and the Boys and
That's a whole era. That's a whole sound, a specific sound almost.
Yeah.
All that Uptown Records and all of that shit.
Check this out though. All right. Do y'all know how he got in the game?
I know he used to be rapping and all that. And Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde used to wear the suits and I think called the Champagne something.
So,
and then he used to be a manager for Russell Simmons because he was trying to get Cool J on the show, and all the little girls were screaming for Cool J in Jersey, I think. And he was like, "Man, I don't need to do this rap shit no more. I need to get behind the rappers and shit. I need to find me a rapper." And he found Heavy D, and Russell Simmons ain't like Heavy D, so he like, "I'm gonna start my own record label," and then you get Uptown Records.
Yeah. So, man, I've had a real good life, bro. You know, I'm the youngest kid of a lot of older cousins and brothers, right? So when they were teenagers, wherever they went, I had to go, right? My first concert was before kindergarten, dog. It was in the Superdome. It was the Def Jam concert, right? And it was Houdini, LL Cool J.
So was that the Get Fresh Fest? Or that was before the Get Fresh Fest? I mean,
look,
that probably after.
I'm gonna be real with you, dog. It was like '85, son. Like I really don't remember what name of the concert. I just remember going to concert.
I think they say Houdini was at the Get Fresh Fest, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
I just remember being like, you know, one of the youngest kids in there. They had a big old fight broke out at the bottom of it. That shit was like crazy. But one of the groups that I saw was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, dog. So I actually got to see Andre perform.
He was rapping with a suit on.
Yeah, man, 3-piece suit, man. I just never knew it was him until maybe a few years ago that was him. But I always remembered that, you know what I'm saying? Because they had a presence too. Because I remember that whole night like it was yesterday. But they had a presence, because like Houdini had come out with some all leather shit on. LL had, the street shit on, and these dudes come out with suits. You can't forget that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then they were still rocking the crowd like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
So I like the idea more into with the glasses and the haircuts. Like he really brought that swagger into the music. Like his label really embodied that hip hop culture with that R&B swag, with that hip hop flavor, the looks of Teddy Riley and them and shit, the haircuts and all that and shit, you know. Even when I look at Heavy D video, now that we found love, when he got them fucking lime green suits on, saying that like Puff and Mace Wolf, it looked like that's what Puff got that idea from Heavy D and them, and messing with them loud, you know, plastic looking, you know, shiny suits.
Yeah. I also heard somebody say he was like one of the first people besides Russell to really want to you know, not only be rich, but you know, to want to be a, you know, one of high class off of this culture.
Yeah, definitely represented that.
He did it. You know,
like,
you see how Puffy get down, you know, where he get it from, you know.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff comes from uptown and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What Wine Pool feeling? What's up?
Wine up I don't even know who Andre Well is.
No, come on, man. Cut it out.
I'm messing with who is he?
Look, I'll let y'all get y'all's but like I said, man, I mean, yeah, you got a whole, I mean, you think about just that whole that was a whole, even for New York, they had their own R&B records. That was like their own little, almost like their own lane. And then Def Jam basically had everybody else.
Right.
So, Geedy, can I ask you a question?
It's a big loss. It's a big loss.
Did what's the 411 come out on Uptown?
Yeah, 411 came out on Uptown.
Oh, man.
The Life came out on Uptown and all that stuff like that.
My Life came out on Uptown too?
Yeah.
Yeah, those two. I mean, no disrespect to any other thing.
I left him, not my mistake, but that Andre Rush, that's his favorite album, though. I think he said My Life was his favorite album. I think My Life came out.
Catalog right there.
I think My Life came out 94. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 94.
I think 411 had with Real Love on there. Dun, dun, dun,
yeah.
Dun, dun.
Boy, that was the first one.
I heard that shit. I'm like, damn.
Well, what you knew about that? You must have been in kindergarten or something, huh?
I was probably like in second, third grade, but I remember I was going to school in the Goose, and I remember that song was always on the radio. Like every time I turned around, I remember that was on the radio, and I just remember Mary J. Blige and the fly ass girls with them tennis skirts on, them jerseys and shit like that, and them boots and stuff. And I was like, damn, she look good. And that was
that came out. That came out the same week as the Michael Jackson movie. The Michael Jackson movie is shown as a movie now.
You talking about Moonwalker?
Nah, you know, no, not Moonwalker.
Oh, you talking about the American Dream?
Not Moon. You know, it's about, you know, it starts off when he's a kid.
Yeah, I think you talking about American Dream, some shit like that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that one came out as a TV series. It lasted.
Yeah, I remember it was. so long there. Yeah, right. I was good. Everybody watching that shit.
And I remember, because I had just started like middle school or whatever, and what's the 411? And the Michael Jackson movie like was out like the same time, and like that's the only thing people were talking about. But like those two things for like months straight, bro. Like it's just those two.
Wow, where you was at, Wine, when Doggy Style and the Chronic came out? What was going on?
Ooh,
shit. I was fucking 6th grade, 5th grade.
Yeah,
that shit was hard. I remember that. I don't just remember that album though. I remember. I also got a big album that I loved was the from that era. Eazy-E was my favorite.
Yeah, I already know you ever going by Eazy.
Eazy-E was already Eazy Does It. I think that was like my second tape I ever bought. Might have been my first. I had to go through. You know, they had the.
I'll tell you this right quick and let you talk about Eazy, because this was something. Because I know you love Eazy, and Too Short was saying about Eazy and T.I. They said thank God for people like Eazy-E, because Eazy-E probably have a dream like Dre. But he had the money and the hustle in the hood selling his, you know, making his money, how he was doing it. And he took that and invested in Dre. And then Dre, you get like Bone Thugs and Home, you get the Eminems, you get the 50 Cents. You get all these people that come from the Dr. Dre tree, but it still started with Eazy-E. So like
the Dr. Dre tree is Eazy-E's tree. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's the originator. You know, you learn. I mean, that's any industry. You're gonna learn if you associate with the best. You know, or somebody that's real successful, and obviously you working with him. It doesn't matter if you're doing something different. Maybe he was producing, but you pick up on stuff. You know, you learn stuff. Or you go back and remember, you know, the way certain things were done or how he carried himself, or his mentality, or whatever. You know, But yeah, Doggy Style was hard, man. Look,
You don't gotta talk about Doggy Style. You talk about Eazy-E.
Hold up, no. My favorite Snoop record, still to this day, is the "Murder Was the Case." That's still my favorite
that song,
Snoop record, though.
Man,
that one came after.
Yeah.
But that was still my favorite. That was my favorite Snoop record. So like the reason I say I'm the Eazy-E fans because when they came out with that, Snoop was cold. I mean, you could say they were the more popular on the airwaves.
Right.
But you, as a, I was like, man, fuck them. I was like, man, Eazy-E came out with that motherfucking
Real Compton City G's.
He came out with
City
Boys
G's, real Compton City, real motherfucking G's.
Yeah, real motherfucking
Yeah, the Death Row videos of Dr. Dre. Look, they was at the house parties. They had the palm trees, the beach, and Eazy-E was in the middle of a fucking parking lot in the middle of Compton, with all of Compton in the fucking parking lot, and just chilling, talking, and then you look back on it, and he wasn't lying. He everything he was saying on the record was true. And that's still this line of all time still is but Dr. Dre only made Eazy's payday. Yo, like that shit, come on, man. That was hard. And it was true. Yeah. It was all true. When he said, in that death row, I hear you, they treating you like boot camp. Gotta follow your sergeant's directions or get hit quick with the Smith & Wesson. And it was all true.
Right.
Yeah. He wasn't lying.
Oh, Eazy-E.
I still don't like how they did him in the movie. That made him look, he was crying and all, man. I mean, I get it. Dr. Dre made the movie.
Right.
Or they had the more hand in it, but I feel like that was a little.
Dre and Eazy. I mean, Dre and Cube had more say so in the direction of the film and all that. Yeah, so they made themselves look a little better than they probably made Eazy or whatever.
So look, help me out for a second, cause you mentioned Doggy Style first, but then Juan mentioned Eazy. But you mentioned the Chronic or Doggy Style, which one?
I said Chronic. I mean, I was just saying Dead Row album, Chronic, and whatchamacallit. I just
know. You talking about Doggy Style?
But yeah. So which one came? So the Chronic came
out 93, and Chronic came out 92.
Yeah, Chronic came first.
So check this out. So we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna go in chronological order. So we're talking about Eazy, but double back, right? So boom, bro. When Eazy came out, bro.
You talking about a solo album, right? Eazy.
And it was like, it was like, I guess today would be called a mixtape. It was something like that was just floating around. You know what I'm saying? People just dubbing it, just floating around, right? And so, bro, it was like, and at the time, like this before they came out, right? But it was Boys in the Hood.
Oh, you talking about the Boys in the Hood song? Yeah, that shit was hard.
Yeah, the Boys in the Hood. It was the original Boys in the Hood. And like he had a couple other songs, maybe like 4 of the songs, maybe 5 of the songs that came with. And he was lying on that saying he was like 14, like 15 years old, right?
Oh yeah.
Because he sounded, So he didn't say he was his age.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, exactly. So he looked young. He looked young, but we didn't see him. We didn't have no videos yet, right? Dog, you should have seen me, my big brother, and his best friend around the speaker. Yeah. We was like, did he say he don't listen to his mother? He we for real. So we was like, did he say he'll smack that bitch? We was like, whoa. So look,
that's too hard. It's too much.
So James Paula, don't get mad. So I stole that bitch, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm walking around. I'm about like 88. I'm 9. I'm walking around. I got my own headphones. I'm listening to the hardest thing. My neighborhood don't have it. And somebody older than me, they're like, man, give me that tape.
Right.
They're like, what you listening to? And I'm like, I'm listening to Eazy. They're like, who? I give it to him, and that shit was jamming, but he was cursing so much, they were like, get this to them and tell your mama. I'm like,
got the tape on cool, like.
Well, I had to kind of let them borrow it because, I ain't wanting to miss Geedy. But I said all that to say, when Eazy-E came out, dog, it was like, whoa, what the fuck did we just hear?
That's why New York said he hated it because he cursed too much, but like you said, it was disruptive.
Well, regardless if it was the cursing as well, but it was like the shit he was saying, dog.
It was disruptive.
Give me that nut.
When he said I don't listen to my mother. It goes in one ear and out the other. We all looked at each other like, did you like we thought our mom was gonna come in the room and smack us just listening to that shit.
Right.
You smelling me?
Right.
And we like, man, this dude just said that shit. He talking about fucking shooting bitches' brothers
Smacking them up.
and smacking them up. And we like, oh shit.
Beating their
It's
dads
going.
up.
And so look, I was born in California, right?
Right.
So my mama left because of that, that gang shit was really getting too close to home.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess she decided to move. I always say I wish we'd have moved to fucking Malibu or some shit. Yeah, we moved to the fucking A-Wall, like, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking mini Taliban. But anyway,
right.
So I done got off subject.
Yeah, you talking about how easy, just like you said, the shit you saying was.
But everybody. Oh, my bad. But everybody just like, man, when he came out, everybody just like, man, it was just so impactful. Everybody was just like went crazy. We couldn't believe what the fuck he was saying. And then we saw him. He was shortest one in the clique.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh man, know. And then, we find out he was the man behind everything. That's the way they presented it. So Eazy-E was like, man, that shit was crazy. Like, it was like people was really scared of Eazy-E. Like, you thought like Eazy-E would come and do you something, bro. Like, because you couldn't see him. You didn't know him. But what I was saying about California is, I was like, damn, it's going down in Compton. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's going down around the corner. But if it's going on, if that's what's happening, I don't want none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it put Compton on the map.
Right.
But like to go to the Chronic though, dog, like that shit was like, I don't know if it was as big of a time as when Eazy-E dropped, but I remember like when it came out, bro.
Both big in their own right, but I think Eazy and probably was bigger because at that moment when the West Coast,
it was none of that.
It wasn't nothing like that, except for like he's like on that level, like say Ice-T did what he did, but when Eazy and NWA came, it was just like straight out of Compton, just fucked up. When he saw that video.
But when the Chronic came out, I wouldn't say it was like it was like, yeah, Eazy over. That wasn't a sentiment.
No.
But when the Chronic came, that wasn't a sentiment. But when the Chronic came out,
that shit sounded so good, man. Sonically,
it was like,
so good.
Yeah, it was like, man, that shit is on some other shit.
Boy, Dr. Dre
like,
put that shit on. He was already cold.
It was like when Quincy did Thriller. Like when Quincy
he just went on a higher level.
How Quincy had Thriller
exactly.
It was sounding like there was Dre with beats. That shit was sounding.
Man, what's y'all's favorite beat on that Chronic?
Fuck, I like that. Let Me Ride.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That shit.
That's my favorite.
But I don't love nothing but a G thing. That's my shit. It's just funky or whatever. Like he had so many good ones though. But Let Me Ride, nothing but a G thing. I mean, Dre Day was fire too.
It's the drums on that bitch.
Dre Day, that shit. All
that Let Me Ride to me, that I was like, when I heard that Let Me Ride, I was like, damn.
That's what I'm saying. It was like, boy, like to me, what I loved about music like that, though, I felt like
whoa. We can't forget about that one.
What?
Y'all know what that one is. Off the Chronic.
I say what, Dre Day?
No, man.
Which one?
That Gin and Juice Playboy.
No, Gin and Juice was on Snoop album.
Gin and Juice was on Doggy Style?
Juice was Snoop on single. Gin and Juice is his single.
That's Snoop.
Yeah, he had Gin and Juice.
But it came out. Look, Ryan. But it came out at the same. That shit came out
around the same time.
Hey,
dog.
That shit came out around the
same time.
Dre was on fire, bro.
Snoop had Snoop Dogg.
Okay, my bad. You right.
Dr. Dre was on fire.
What's my name?
That's my name.
Yeah. But but like I said, that Dre Day was my shit. I even liked that Deep Cover soundtrack, and I don't think
that shit's fire.
I don't think Snoop really liked that song he said at first, but that song was hard as fuck. That one.
My favorite song, I think it's that Snoop album, that Little Ghetto Boy. Little Ghetto Boy.
I know. I think that's on.
That's on the Chronic.
Chronic, yeah, Ghetto Boy. I think that was on the Chronic. That's on the Chronic.
I thought that was on NWA record.
Nah, that was on Chronic.
No. That's my favorite one right there.
That bitch is hard too. RZA used that sample too on some of that Wu-Tang shit. That's a good song.
Yeah, that shit
That's a good song. Yeah, he was on, man. Dr. Dre was on fire.
My time right
man.
here.
I mean, shit.
Man, who is that? Yeah.
Chronic.
Right there.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I know that song, cause I like that one too. But yeah, man, that like so I'm saying, like when you heard that shit and then watch a movie like Minister Society, Boys in the Hood, and shit like that, Colors. When you seen the videos, they really brought you there with the 6-4s, the barbecues,
yeah,
barbecuing with the gun strap, tucked in the back and all that. It's like, damn, this shit really, bitch playing volleyball, snatching their bras off. Like California,
that shit bring you. You listen to them records now, and that shit brings you to that moment.
Yeah,
the house party and
house
like
party.
in your head, right?
The videos
wasn't experiencing none of that because I was a kid.
But that's
what just what you were seeing on TV.
I liked about the music videos back then. Even people do it now, but I think that was so big about them then because they really brought you to their world. Like when you really seen, like you said, the 40 ounces in a bat and in a refrigerator. You seen the house parties, everybody dancing. The niggas pulling up in the 6-4s and shit, hitting switches. Like that shit really brought you. Yeah, and niggas lifting weights on the lawn.
Any of y'all have family on the west side?
Nah, not that I know of. Everybody I know for the most part, Louisiana.
What about you, Juan?
I don't think so. I probably do got some cousins out there, man. I mean, there's a lot of from my mom's side, they're from El Salvador. So there's a lot of people from there out that way. So I'm sure maybe a cousin or two, but nobody that I keep in contact with or nothing like that. I got a good friend of mine's out there. I've never been out there. I want to go out there, but I ain't never been there.
I was out there. Beautiful though. West Coast. Man,
I have a decent portion of my family. They moved there years ago. To the point where we have California people, they're not New Orleans people, anymore, they've been there so long, as far as having children and grandchildren and great grandchildren, things of that nature. But, our family pretty tight. So, everybody come home, things of that nature. So, like, I got some older cousins who, like, was in that world, you know what I'm saying? So, quadruple OGs now. So, they get to come home. They come, yeah, in real life. I got one. Anyway, they come home. They get to relax. And we get to pick their brains and talk about stuff. You know what I'm saying? And shit, boy, that's real, boy. You know what I'm saying? So like I was able to put some of their stories at the family picnics with the shit they was talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of connected to. That shit wasn't no fucking fantasy. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was the shit they was talking about.
They said people, like you said, some people can't go by their cousins in this neighborhood because they banging this color on that side of town. A lot of street politics and all that. So I was Too Short was saying too, when he moved from Los Angeles to the Bay, you can't move around like that in Los Angeles. You could do that in the Bay or whatever, because it's more pimping. That boy said some shit about that pimp shit. He was talking about like a lot of people look at the dope game and pimp game like how it's different. And he was like, when you get in a dope game, you could get caught up, go to jail, get killed, nigga rob you, whatever. And it's the same thing pimps go through in the way too. Cause he's like, fuck, you could get a girl in the game and she could lose her life. That could be on you. So everything, people just see one sweet side of the shit, but they don't know there's another side to it too. People take losses. He said one of his little partners, Too Short said, used to be having like, he couldn't do nothing but pimp one hoe at a time. Because he just couldn't keep up. He couldn't keep up with the hoe. Because he just wasn't that smart to really just keep the operation going. So he could only have one hoe at a time. When he lose a hoe, he said that boy be looking bad. He said that nigga wouldn't have no haircut. That nigga cars would go down. His clothes would go down. He be like, man, I remember my buddy used to be telling my cousin that he was like, man, you look like a pimp that lost all his hoes. So when Too Short said that, I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. He's like, yeah, bro. He said some niggas, they could have a lot of girls and they got girls just want to sign applications just to get pimped. Because he said one dude, he want to be a pimp. He was telling all kind of stories, Too Short. He said one dude want to be a pimp and his girl want to get in the game with him. So he like, fuck, I love her, but I won't try to make this money and be a pimp. So he said we were to get in the game. He said my girl, she my bottom bitch and she doing everything for me. But he said she got deep into it, and I started feeling bad. He said his partner started feeling bad, like, man, I don't want to do this no more. He said him and his girl was already doing good before the pimping shit, and he was trying to pull her out of it. She like, no, I don't want to get out the game. I like this shit. I like the money. But he keep thinking, man, these niggas dicking my old lady down every night. She give me the money, but she dicking it all the time. So the dude wound up leaving the game alone. He became a preacher, and she stayed in the game and stayed being a hoe. But he felt bad because he brought his old lady into that world. But when she got into it, she just loved it. And she want to be a hoe.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Do you think he became a preacher to keep on pimping?
You talking about? Well, I guess you're right. He ain't do nothing but leave him. I mean, yeah.
And I only mean in his instance, only in his case.
You're right. That would have been a good question for T.I. to ask him, because he's still pimping. He pimping from the pulpit. So you're right.
I don't know. He might be a righteous man now, but that's what I got out of that. Like, he went straight from that to that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you got a good point, because they got motherfuckers that's telling people to get checks, give their check to the congregation.
You know, I guess everybody got their different breaking points. But if people putting dick in your hole make you become a preacher.
But you were one guy in the game, like you wouldn't even been introduced.
Wait. Hold on, why you went whoa? We talk about a prostitute, right?
Right.
And a pimp, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. If somebody puts some dick in your hole,
right,
and it makes you become a preacher, like something wrong with you, man. Cut it out.
I'm saying he felt bad after he got into the game, but he didn't know it was gonna get that deep. And when he seen that shit got real, and she started liking the money and just the whole, I guess, the thrill of it, he just was like, no, we need to go back to doing and all that.
Some things, whether they are totally different to everybody, but some things, skills translate. Mm-hmm. If you a pimp, you are a master of persuasion.
Right.
You can persuade. You can speak well. So, I mean, to me, you going from there to the pulpit, it's it's not that hard of a transition. You just got to change what you're talking about. Right. You know what I'm saying?
You just got to know that. You got to know the word, huh?
To me, I can see that. You know, you got to know the word. And most of the people already know. They got some background with the word, so it's not too hard.
I should have asked him that. That would have been a good fucking question. How you go from that to that? I mean,
but you know what though? So this was on the Expeditious podcast?
Yeah, that was the last episode with him and Too Short and shit like that. Too Short and him and Too Short. That boy T.I. was talking about with him and
but the guy wasn't on it though, right?
No, the guy wasn't on it. Too Short just telling stories of his friends.
Yeah, the stories. Yeah.
He said when he was younger,
he tell a story.
He would rap about all the pimping shit. He said some of it come from my partner, some of it come from me talking to pimps personally, some of it come from me talking to prostitutes, and them giving me the game, and I just went to rapping about the shit. And just the same way Melly Melon did with the message. I'm like, I'm gonna report what's going on in Oakland, because this is our culture. And I put in the music and all that shit like that with Freaky Tales and all that stuff like that. But that boy had T.I. was talking about, like, when him and Flip had got into it, because this is the first time I ever really heard him say this part. He said when Jay Prince called him to meet up, he like, Jay Prince will call you, and I don't care where you at. He was like, look, bro, Jay Prince won't holler at you. So T.I. and him has got in a fight with Lil Flip and them in Cloverland or whatever, and Jay Prince heard about it. He must have got in touch with T.I. people and like, look, bro, Jay Prince said he won't holler at you, bro. Meet him over here, pull up, he want to talk to you. It said KP, it was on T.I. and his partner Falant, rest in peace. So he said Falant couldn't go in the office or whatever. It was T.I. went to the office, but Flip was already there with Jay Prince. Said Jay Prince like, man, what's going on? What's going on with the situation? He's like, man, look, I got into it with him because he said he gonna do something to my son, which pull a gun out on my son. So I went seen about him and pulled up in his hood or whatever and shit like that. That's why I dissed him back, and that's why I felt some type of way, like I had to go in his hood when I got out of jail. So Flip was like, man, he was talking about me saying this and that and all that. So Jay Prince like, all right, we'll do. So T.I. was like, look, bro, this is how we can solve this. We can go in the bathroom and whoever come out, then it is what it is, whatever. So he said, Flip was like, nah, I don't want to do all that, but we're going to just squash it. Jay Prince like, all right, you good with that? He was like, we're going to squash it, because Jay Prince said any other thing, he said, because with the shit you done pulled off, anywhere else you probably would have been dead. Coming to somebody's hood to fight him and all that shit, you could have really lost your life or whatever. And that's true. Like, if there would have been any other spot, that could have ended up bad for T.I. But T.I. said, he had respect for Jay Prince, but he like the young dudes these days, they might don't respect the OGs saying, look, bro, You know, because they were talking about like how people got OGs, kingpins in the hood that could stop wars from going down and call y'all up and say, look, bro, y'all ain't about to do that. But these days, T.I. said a lot of young people, their pride and egos be like, man, I ain't about to call. Nigga talking about I got to go see him and holler at him. Like how Boosie said with Jay-Z.
Check this out. Check this out.
Jay-Z, you know.
Check this out, though. Check this out. Did you see what happened with the rappers in Houston last weekend?
Oh, you talking about the fight number?
Mm-hmm.
I saw it.
Like, do you know what that's all about, though?
I don't really know what it all stemmed from. I wasn't keeping up with it.
Well, at the end of the day, it's young dudes who's supposed to be street dudes, and instead of shooting it up,
right? They had
fight. They went. The OGs, just like you said, the OGs got them to link up. They fought, and it's over with.
Right.
So they got. It ain't all of them, dog. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully they can set a trend.
Right.
For people to start, squashing and taking it L's, they lose and keeping it moving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed to,
I think, like you said, good leadership. So that go to just show you, like, good leadership. Respect. You got to have respect for that person that's making that call. So if you respect that person and they like, look, bro, y'all chill out or whatever, it's a better way to go about it. Then you won't have to whine pull send red ants at him and all that, sending red ants to get them right now.
Man, no. We don't want them.
I say, well, y'all don't want me to send them red ants at you.
What's that?
Nah, I was just saying, like, they don't want nobody sending red ants or whatever if it don't, end up the right.
Well, I don't know about the red ants, man.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. But
come on, man.
Man, but like I said, man, I don't know. This was a good episode, I think, or whatever. I think we got some good shit.
Well, one last thing I'm gonna talk about the
who beefing right now?
The rap channels, dog.
Man, Sauce and whatchamacallit still getting into it on Sauce and
Thug.
And Gunna say he not no something like that. He never something he said. I don't even pay attention to it.
He said he didn't snitch or something like that.
Yeah, no crime on nobody. He never some shit. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm with Charlamagne, dog. All that they got too much money for that bullshit, son. So they need to go ahead on.
Like Pimp C said, bro, I got a bread truck. Get up off that crumb shit. I don't know, bro. Knocking those down.
But it seemed like, they not had issues before. So man, I don't know. I never looked into that. It seemed they not had issues with each other.
What you say you want to talk about? The last thing you want to address?
The Louisiana, what it is again, Mark?
Louisiana Challenge? The Louisiana
boys? Yeah, man.
T-Time
man. Yeah, man. When the last time you looked at the videos, man?
I mean, shit, he been posting them all this week or whatever. Now, like today, shit, he posting them every day. It's still going on. There's a lot of rappers. It's like anybody.
Yeah,
what y'all talking about? What challenge?
P-Time Mo got like a Louisiana ball challenge, like to show who could really spit in Louisiana. Just anybody from Louisiana, just hashtag.
Oh, I think I seen, but they not using the same beat over and over, huh?
Yeah, they're using that.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're using the same beat.
They're using that
East Coast beat.
Jazzy Jeff beat. That's Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah.
I might have to check it out.
Jeff. But you saw Skips?
Yeah, I saw some of Skip stuff. It's a lot of people I saw stuff. It's so many I can't remember all of them. That's the most memorable one.
Man. But shout out to Louisiana though, man. They're doing their thing. So a lot of different kind of people on there.
Yeah. Definitely.
Louisiana got spitters, man, for sure. You already know that.
It's about us kind of like respecting one another and stuff. I was thinking about that earlier before y'all called. I was like, I know a lot of times people from the city be shitting on certain parts of Louisiana. I'm like, damn, bro, we still need the Cajuns in the swamp to get the crawfish. Like, everybody still play their part in the state and all that. And I just feel like everybody still make this state that is just culture unique. All these people from all these different places, even in New Orleans, it ain't just one nationality. It's a bunch of different cultures, a bunch of different flavors, and they make our city unique. So I feel like anybody should understand accepting other cultures and other places, whatever. I feel like it should be us. I feel like we should definitely embody understanding with all that stuff can make things better if we kind of like bring it all in or just like understand like why these things could be good for, even if we still might be the main things, but I just feel like if anybody should get it, it should be us. So I feel like we should be willing to be more accepting more than other people just because we come from a city with so much diversity in our food, music, and everything, and culture.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I don't think now it's as, especially, I think what it is now, before you would have a lot of stuff coming out from New York, especially like if you talk about music wise, New Orleans had everything coming out. And then as of late, it's different. So a lot of cats from here listening, the youth, they listen to the guys from Baton Rouge, or they listen to the guys from, whatever.
Right.
So I don't think it's like it was before, where it was that, and it was not no real beef stuff. It was just kind of like, oh no, I'm not from, Louisiana, I'm from New Orleans.
Right.
But
and Geedy,
but it's changed. It's not like it was.
Right.
Yeah. You know how I've constantly, mentioned, that I'm from the, I said, that I constantly mention I'm from the NO, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. You from
but
NOLA?
I agree. I'm from NOLA. But I agree. I do agree with you that, the state should try to, link up, especially on the music tip, just the general tip, but, and we do that on a person-to-person level anyway. It's not like they have no fly zone in Louisiana for people from different people. Not like that. But if we talking musically, what you say, bro?
No, go ahead. You keep going.
I was saying, but if you're talking musically, I think, we could link up a little bit more. And that'll be good because, like I said, not like I said, but Texas is like a self-sufficient state as far as music is concerned, right? You can go gold in Texas and like live well.
Florida doing pretty good too. What they got like about? They got like 21 million in Florida.
But that leads to my point, right? So like you have Texas on the left side, right? Then you got Florida at the bottom. Everybody knew what Atlanta brings to the state of Georgia, right? So you see these connections, right? So what's missing is us forming, like you said, banding, unifying together, and being the link with Mississippi to come right over to Alabama to link up with Georgia. So this whole Southern thing really be one tight, big thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think us, as Louisianians, if we link, if we got stronger, I think that Mississippi will get stronger. We right next to each other. We can piggyback off of. So imagine if you from Texas and you already go anywhere in Texas. Imagine if you can go anywhere in Texas, Louisiana, or Mississippi.
Think about this, right? Before
vice versa, and then
think about before Katrina, like how we already had rap a lot in Houston. You had Swisher House, you had Swisher House, you had Screwed Up Click dudes doing their little thing, you had Flipping them with their record label. So a lot of shit that was going on in Houston at that time, because there's a lot of labels, a lot of niggas getting money or whatever. Same thing in Atlanta. When I think about, Jermaine Dupri had been there, Ellie Reed was there first, T.I. had Grand Hustle popping on, Luda had DTP, G's and them had Corporate Thugs, DJ Ump had his label. I mean, Usher was on little things doing R&B. You got Jazzy Faye with his record label and all that. Sure enough, you got Dallas Austin with the label. You got all these record labels in Atlanta. Now, when we had New Orleans, we had Cash Money, we had Big Boy, but Big Boy and get me because Chuck wound up going to jail. But just think about that. So imagine we'd had more labels like that. Trill went to blowing up with boosting them. That was good. When Manning going was doing, they was doing the Shreveport with Do the Ratchet and Hurricane Chris. So imagine we had more labels, it would have made it stronger. And people understand when you put all that infrastructure on it, it's gonna make everybody benefit. So we should want to see more of that because we see what happened in Atlanta. And same thing with Florida. All these dudes coming up, all these artists, they got their own thing, they putting their own partners on, and it's gonna keep making them stronger and stronger. That's what it's all about and all that. And we stop going against each other and destroying everything instead of building it down. We don't gotta go nowhere. We could build it right here. We ain't gotta run to these places for help. We can help ourselves. But we gotta help ourselves.
Yeah. We can be self-sustaining. Each artist should be able to go to any other area and, be able to do their shows and collabs right fast and vice versa. And then, like you said, then it'll bleed over like Cash Money them did and just like Master P them did and just like with Rap A Lot did, when they first started off, and Luke them, you just start bleeding over to the...
It's so much money out here. is enough. Look how Rockefeller was doing good, Bad Boy, Rough Riders, Murder Inc. I mean, if I didn't see them on all of them, Dipset, G-Unit, it was a lot of them. It was all doing their thing. It was enough for everybody. I mean, some people just.
Let me ask you this: Do you think we have let's say I'm even gonna go with New Orleans. I'm gonna go. Do you think there's a Louisiana sound?
Right now.
Just in general.
Yeah, I think we always had.
Yeah.
I think we always had a sound. I can hear it in a lot of other people's stuff. I just think it's about evolving it, and you can still come with a new sound. Other people come with new stuff. I just feel like certain things is still in our DNA, like jazz, still New Orleans. Blues gonna be blues. Country music gonna be country music or whatever. It can still be modern or whatever, but it's gonna still be here or whatever. Now the trap gonna forever be in Atlanta, no matter if it's Memphis trap or I'm gonna just say when Atlanta started calling trap. When Geedy did it. To Gucci trap, to what fucking the Migos do, to what Future do, it's still gonna be trap. To what Lil Baby do, it's still gonna be trap. So trap is gonna still always be there. The sound gonna evolve, but it's still gonna be there. So I don't see why we can't make our stuff still just be modern because everybody else using it and it seems to be working pretty good. So I can't say the sound dead.
Everybody
it's like it's alive and well. It's just it's not really thriving that much in our area, but the people. I could hear it in a lot of shit. I could see that them little tasters of gumbo in people's food. They got that fucking ruin there.
Well, I tried to get somebody that I know to drop some music primarily based on New Orleans classics. And,
man, this man throwing shade, dog. We doing it, dog. Like I said, the shit Nice been doing, shit Jerrison been doing. I've been working with. This shit Dro and Nice got off the shop when Kim beat this shit crazy. It's like I said, I ain't really been talking about like I want to let the work speak for itself, but I feel like we're going in a good direction and all that. But like
who made that beat?
Which one?
On the one that I commented on.
Oh, you talking about the new one? You talking about Nice and rapping back and forth? You talking about the rap video? That was beat that LaPata LaJew had got off the end there. I don't know if that was the original beat. Or whatever. I don't know who made that one. I don't know. But I know the ones that
do shop with Ken is from down here.
Shop with Ken from Baton Rouge, but his favorite producer is Manny Fresh. Him and Lil Fat was really, really, really close and all. Lil Fat.
Well, I'm looking forward to the music, bro. I won't lie to you, man. I know y'all been putting in y'all work, dog.
Yeah, like I said, if you've been responding good to
I'm just saying, I say what I say, it's facts though.
No, you definitely
right?
That's true. And I feel like we sticking with that. We just don't want to give them a dated sound. We want to be modernized. If Memphis can kind of bring their sound back with people like
it's about a feel.
Yeah, it's all about the feel.
It's about a feel. You can get a feel without mimicking, and I respect that.
Yeah, you gotta just bring it up to date. McDonald's still McDonald's. They just gotta bring it up to speed. Walmart still Walmart. They gotta just bring it up to the new time. So. Just technology.
I feel like that's something that for sure we're gonna have to get more into because I know we're wrapping up now, but just where that shit went wrong, right. Because the sound it's not like that sound became out of style or everybody got their 15 minutes or whatever. Like no man, like that shit is more popular and more relevant than ever. You know what I'm saying? That in that New Orleans sound, or if you want to say Louisiana or whatever, it's more relevant than ever. It's more relevant. We got to get into.
That'd be a great topic. That's
what we're gonna get into. Where the fuck did that shit go wrong? Why did everyone else in the rap game all the way up to New York? That's why I always joke with them and say they lost. Whatever,
right.
But like to be serious, why did everyone take the New Orleans sound, and yeah, they had other sounds like Memphis, like I always shout them out, 3-6 and them. But why did that sound get taken by everybody and the style of music get taken by everybody and everybody else blew up? And the young cats in the city at the time, did stop trying to sound like they was from here and started trying to sound like they was from somewhere else. Like, I'm not saying that's all of it.
Listen, whoa. So listen, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later. And I think the way we're gonna do it,
Because that's
we'll
a
go backwards.
travesty, you know.
Nah, what you said was absolutely correct.
Good.
But I think what we should do is not go backwards, but like we should kind of discuss the landscape of what Louisiana, New Orleans, whatever sound is, and then we go to pieces and times where things change to see, you know, what the hell happened. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said. But that's a great topic.
What the fuck happened?
Yeah, what the fuck happened? Yeah,
what
man.
the fuck happened?
Yep. We talk. That's how we start the show off. What the fuck happened? But we're gonna wrap this one up. So 4, I think, and Wine Pole C's. You know, we gonna do this again, dog. This was a good one, and we just like freestyling, and it was dope. I hope they enjoy it.
Yeah, man. Hope y'all enjoyed it, man. Like and subscribe, man. Wine stay up.
Yeah.
IG the Pizzle.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. You already know, man. Y'all be good.
Bet.
Y'all